Okay, so my name is Yonathon Mizrachi. I'm from Emek Shaveh. I'm part of a group of Israeli archaeologists. Here with me also Tel Rumeida, standing the side, which is and we are monitoring this excavation from its beginning, from January actually. And we're definitely aware, like I said before, that it's definitely suffer for the families, but we're very much concerned about the plans to make it a touristic site, which is kind of a new way from the settlers' point of view to increase the hold in all West Bank, and we see it happening in many places, not just here. But definitely Hebron is one of the main places where Israel trying to make it more Israeli or more Jewish. And like I said before, what we see behind me eventually is the archaeology of Hebron, first of all. So it's definitely the heritage of the Hebronites and the people that live here. And this is maybe the main difference between how we understand the archaeology here and how the others that coming to excavate here. And we have to think how to challenge this.
Okay. Could you just say something about the damage that's being done to the heritage?
Well, first of all, I think that if you're coming here as an archaeologist, you cannot pretend that what you're doing is just a professional work. You are part of a very tense place, and if you don't feel the tension in Hebron, so you definitely have to ask yourself something about your understanding of the reality here. So also when the archaeologists coming here, definitely coming from one side to serve one side, if you want, the side, the Israeli side, obviously the side that gives them the money, gives them the plans. And when I think about the heritage of Hebron, so it's definitely something that should consider, first of all, how you preserve the different layers, how you present a story which tells the story of Hebron from its beginning up to today. You cannot definitely focus in one period or two periods which you find more important than others. And unfortunately we see how this excavation is done with a lot of tension, with a lot of pressure, so it's definitely not for the benefit of the archaeology. And by the way, I'm not sure there is a need to do the excavation here. I mean, the site could stay as it used to be for decades or until now, so the urgent here is not something that needed.
It's not telling us anything new that we didn't already know.
So far, no, but I must say that I don't know. I mean, they haven't published yet anything about the excavation. It's definitely seen, based on what I saw, that definitely at least one part which they already finished to excavate, they found probably less than they expected. And this part is already covered again. So I don't know exactly how much the excavation will change our understanding, but it might. Eventually, it's an excavation.
Is it normal to do archaeology with a bulldozer and to destroy some of the walls while doing it?
Well, if you're asking if it's the proper method in archaeology, so it's not the proper method in archaeology. And the best method is to do an excavation by hands with workers, to excavate from the surface down up to the bedrock and to document it.
Thank you.
I want to ask a question. It is like normally also to destroy graves for Muslims?
Pardon?
It is normally to destroy if the Israelis want to make archaeology here and found some of graves for Muslims and destroyed it. It is normally.
No, I think damages of graves is a big issue. Also, by the way, also in Israel. Damages of graves is an issue which related also to religion and definitely to tradition. If you're talking about tradition and heritage, it's not something normal. And many times the authorities trying to avoid of damaging or even excavating graves. That's what we know in excavations in general.
Mm-hmm. And like what we can like we not want to speak about like respect and how we can do if the archaeologists found another grave, so in this land or another land.
No, I think that if they are finding another grave, a Muslim grave or other grave whatsoever, it's definitely a moment that this issue should be raised. And now again, we are in an almost impossible situation here, because if it was a normal situation, so when you're finding graves or when you find structures or something which is important to to the local heritage or to the story of Hebron. So you expect that the professional people will listen to you and prevent continued excavation, or definitely prevent destroying them by themselves. But unfortunately, I think that here there's no, we are not in that situation, because eventually the archaeologists working for the settlers, they are not working for the community here. But definitely I think that that's something that should not be done here. And it's not needed, actually. It's not needed. The graves can remain as they are.
So you mean like the archaeologist is not working in the law? Like
it's not about the law, because the law is one thing. It's not according to what we know from the Israeli activities inside Israel. That's what I'm saying. But damage of graves happening also in many other places, I must say, not only here. Yeah.
And this particular grave was built on the bedrock, so there was no possible reason for removing it, was there?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, if it was built on the bedrock, there's no reason now to cover it again, like they covered the whole area, actually, which makes sense. The most reasonable thing to do was actually, after you found it, you don't need the land anyway, and you're going to refill it with the soil. So I don't understand the reason to take it out, but I'm not. I haven't been there, so I don't know more details. Okay.
Thank you.